Good day. Good day. Good day. Much love to you and yours. Much love to you and yours. Say hello to my little friend. This is my little talking head. It fell off of a pencil I got from a little novelty store. Isn't it cute? Well, the pen is novelty. Yeah. My little talking head. You ever feel like a talking head? Hello. I have this message for you. Ringing my bell. I like props. Sometimes I feel like a prop. You ever feel like a prop? What? I was thinking about this copyright stuff going on. Yeah, a message came through. Yep. There's different parts to this. For one thing, we have the laws. Good day. Good day, love. I was thinking about this copyright stuff going on, you know? This message came through. I was saying sometimes I feel like a talking head, you know? But it's funny to play on words. It's like a way to get ahead, being a talking head. Just conveying messages and ringing my bell. You know what I'm saying? So much love to you and yours. And thanks for joining me. Hey, Leroy. Good day, brother. This copyright stuff going on, you know, crazy. And it goes into different parts. And that's what I want to share right now. First, we have collaboration. We have the so-called new age, right? We're on the brink. So we're on the brink and we have these new technology. At the forefront of the new technology is quantum D-wave computers. Satellite brain reading technology. Nanobots. We have all this. We have cloning, where they unlock the whole geneocode sequence and etc. Okay, so we're on the leading edge, the brink, and a lot of us don't even realize the technology that's out here. It's really, you know, those sci-fi movies we were watching? Well, you know how they say it's not a conspiracy anymore? It's that equation. The hoverboard from Back in the Future is apparent. I mean, it is something that we use right now. The alien technology from Area 51 is actively being used with drones and things like that. The mini planes from Egypt that you could see that were little figurines and stuff are flying in our skies. If you can do the math and you can do the research, you can see the equations. So it's those of us on the breaking edge of looking at this technology and this research, as well as the newer topics like the government tactics and stuff. Now, we know what happened to the Black Panther Party. And we know also what happens to whistleblowers and other people throughout his story told from his victory, this mysterious him. That's an icon to represent a group of people who enjoy dominating power and control because they're thirsty like vampires. They vamp. off the rest of the populace that doesn't have the economic means or the political means, or stratus to be able to combat what it is they're doing. And they even mess with the people that do combat, that are speaking up. And what's happened is, with addiction, when you're a vampire and you need blood and you need war and you need suffering and you need the luge, right? You need to have this gigantical influx of pain so that you can get off, okay? It's another form of kundalini, a lower form, like sex is equivalent to death when you talk about, I think it's Shakespeare, to die is equivalent to orgasm. And you can equate that in occult sciences, right, and ophthalmology to the essence, the kundalini essence, right, your life force essence. So it's our creative energy, the force in us that seeks out our desire, what makes us want to go in the world and figure out what's going on, to build things, to create things, to put things together. I'm making this, by the way, right now. I learned another shell stitch. It's really pretty. Okay? This thing's a spiral, like a shell. And so it's us who are thinking on a different current with our talents and abilities. You got me? On a different rhythm, a different beat. We're on a different harmonics, right? Than the majority, which is good because we realize that our society... Okay. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, so it's us who float this new idea of talents and abilities, and it all starts with a thought. You got me if you've been following, the energies that it takes to change the consciousness of a society, of our world, comes from the things that we research. And research is more sustained, it's stronger when you have collaboration. Like the universal laws, where there is one or more, the strength is intensified, okay? This is kind of the way the consciousness works. If people can agree on something, then that's what builds that's what is the cosign that we agree upon. Like we agreed upon the designated institutions to teach us, to teach our children. We all send our children to school, even if it's different schools. Many of us have different religious, spiritual places where we look for people to inform us about spiritual tools, right? Ways to cleanse ourselves, ways to nurture ourselves. And so we trust, we co-sign these institutions and stuff. So, while we were sleeping, we didn't realize how intricate a web these people who are sick have woven, okay? Now, collaboration. I need you. I don't need you, okay? Me and the Creator have our relationship just fine. However, if I want to be authenticated, if I want to come out of the shadows, if I want to be more than a hologram, than a thought, it all starts with a thought. The more we agree upon each other, the more the idea or that person, you know, or that icon, the more that thing takes shape. Okay? So it all starts with a thought. And so we're out here, bottom line, researching all this different stuff. A lot of us are exposing things. We're even compounding and building off of previous research that has already been authenticated as no bullshit stuff, okay? So we're already published sources, okay? Manifested into reality, these scholars. So we can read their stuff, we can find it online. They were actual people, and it all started with a thought, okay? They had a light code frequency. It went through the air, went through their spirit, attached itself, magnetized itself to their carbon being, where they mated with it. Okay, there was a collaboration. There was a Kundalini experience. There was a conceptualization of ideas, okay, of concepts. And they were able to even organize that energy and harness it into a space to find the words and then put it into this book. They compressed it. And so we can open it up and bam, anytime we want, find a quote or a phrase and utilize somebody else's experience to nurture our spirit. And so we're all doing this on a different level right now, okay? We're taking stuff that was already built upon, even, and adding our own spirit to it, right? Because we agree with these people. That's a collaboration. That's building a world, building a concept. And right now, although many scholars from years ago were not vindicated, they put themselves out there. Many times when you're researching something or you come up with a new idea or concept, you may not be vindicated right now. You may just be the seed planter. You may not see that harvest. But it's there for someone else to build upon, right? This is being messed with right now through collaboration, through the copyright stuff, okay? Through our talents and abilities. Now, one of those books you saw was from Sophia Stewart. It's called The Third Eye. That's a whole side note. That's a whole rabbit hole. Her movie, her books that made a movie, and her experience about it being stolen, and this being about the Matrix, deserves a movie all by itself. That's how much of a rabbit hole it is, okay? Its own interwoven experience that we build upon, okay? We are embedded. Now, copyright stuff is being maxed out right now. Get what they're doing with the music, okay? Yo, I know that I may almost be 50, okay? But, so, yeah, it's weird to me to go from a state where you could dance and have fun and enjoy yourself to music. And music being meant for sharing, right? For experiencing and sharing, a carefree kind of thing. Music was supposed to be carefree, wasn't it? Or was it? So, a time when you can dance and just have fun to music and stuff, to technology's upgrade, to having a computer with a blue screen and white letters, to zeros and ones, and then the computers we have now, to quantum D-wave computers, okay? Yeah. And big freaking computers, Maxo computers, like CERN, all right, to giant computers even bigger than that out in space, talking about brain reading technology, okay? Brain reading technology. What do you need brain reading technology? What is it reading? Is it just reading if somebody may have a weapon going through borders or airports, places that are supposed to be sacred? Is it protecting sacred spaces? You know, what do we need brain reading technology for? And this quantum D-wave computers is just crazy. Then you have nanotechnology. We are not only radioactive, but robotic, okay? There's a lot of technologies and things that we're still catching up on. So the collaboration, things are going so fast right now. What was it that was said? That during this time of evolution, that man's greatest feat would be whether they could keep up with the technology. Whether we could keep up with the technology. We went 5D. 5D. Shoot, half of us don't know what freaking 3D is still yet. How do these freaking glasses work? How do these freaking glasses work? How do they do that? What is a trick? What makes a trick is not knowing how they did it. Because if you know how they do it, it's not a trick anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not a conspiracy anymore. Things are manifested. They're actually doing it. And we even can understand how to manifest things now. You know, with the dream board stuff, with using universal law, you know, birds of a feather flock together kind of stuff, you know, putting things in your unconscious mind and calling them to you and being a parent. So we've learned a lot. Being a parent of what's in your life right now and being responsible and all that kind of stuff. So we're changing the consciousness. Being aware that we're changing the consciousness, we are keeping up with the technology. Not just the latest iPhone, but it's the spiritual technologies that are coming out now. And we're very, very, very behind schedule. We're very behind schedule, but it's okay because there's a grace. You know, we need that grace. That grace is covered by way of intention. While we're changing the world and building off of each other and collaborating, we're changing the Earth's conscious field, the grid, okay? And doing that, energy never dies, it only transfers. So if we're pushing one thing in, okay, if we're pulling something in, then that is pushing something out. Okay? If you're pulling something in, it's pushing something out. If you're aware that the present systems that were here already were corrupt and dysfunctional and stagnate, and due to your research that's been collaborated by other people before you, beside you, around you, emulate you, wherever they are on the quantum, right? The reflection of you in some form or another, right? That we want to nurture that part of ourselves because we deem that part beneficial, mutually beneficial. And so collaboration is very important. How was this world that we're pushing away, the parts that we don't want, how was it built? It was mutually beneficial. It was a collaboration. It was a cooperation of thought. Whether it was good or not, or right or wrong, makes no difference. We know this now. And it's okay for us to cleanse this and change it. That's what's so magnificent. But we also know There's some knuckleheads, you know, we can be knuckleheads. Okay, that addictive part of us that is used to having certain things is going to want to fight that, because that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of addiction. We're all addicted to something you can relate. Is it sex? Is it food? Is it music? Is it cursing? Is it gossip? Is it shopping? Is it your little handbags? Is it your hair, your nails? Hmm? Is it a television show? Hmm? Do you have that one particular little food that you have to have that reminds you of when you were a child? Oh my gosh.